it's something to see the biggest, best fighter in the division, who's also the champion and has mic skills, has the media on him and everything. It's funny to see that guy, that's you, having to call out all his challengers. It usually works the other way around, champ.
That's correct. But, you know, these days it seems like the heavyweights are all running scared. And after they saw me destroy Deontay Wilder last time out, I don't believe that they want a piece of the Gypsy King these days. You know, they all had a lot to say when they thought they wasn't getting these fights, i.e. Dillian Whyte. He's had a lot to say over the last few months since he's been a mandatory, about 2 minutes for me. He's going on, oh, Tyson don't want to fight me. He will opt to fight somebody else. All of a sudden, the fight's on his toes, and guess what? He's gone silent. And I've been calling his name out all over. He's hiding like a little scared rabbit, and I can't find him.
What's good, family? Shout out to my General Lee Pike for sending in them coins and boosting up the amount of Whyte's gyro, no doubt. So we just heard there from your man's Tyson. Oh, Fury. Saddling up Dillian, the scared rabbit Whyte, and having a quick go on him. Yeah, had a quick go on Dillian with his lipstick. Listen, Dillian shite, where you at, man? Where you hiding at? I've been speaking to some of Dillian's relatives and close friends, and even they're telling me. Initially, I thought this was about boxing. I promise you. Initially, I thought, oh, Dillian just doing this for some sort of weird, kind of a weird shtick. Yeah, some sort of weird Dillian shite shtick, where I'm gonna go silent and I'm gonna go. But I'm actually hearing now that he's not even speaking to his close friends and relatives, but even people in his own household. He's gone proper mute, and that's why it's not for me anymore. This isn't a laughing thing. When I thought this was kind of sport deep, when I thought this was entertainment and competitive athleticism deep, oh, you know what they're like, and sometimes people want to be edgy, and Dillian the Shillian shite, aka Dillian the Shillian silent. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? That's what I thought it was. Oh, that's a shtick. Now we find out that genuinely there's some deep-rooted emotional damage here. Do you understand? It's one thing Dillian not coming out in public. It's another thing when I'm hearing reports that Dillian ain't speaking full stop. Got a video coming soon, leaking some of the reports I've had. I've had some of Dillian's family have taken him to the doctor and to the shrink. And I'm hearing they're doing examinations currently to try and find out the cause of where Dillian's voice has gone. So again, yeah, I mean, even up to last week ago, we were all laughing, oh, Dillian lost his voice and Dillian can't speak, but now it takes kind of a sad and serious turn, people. Yeah, he really is shook, and this is well known. If you actually look at the research into kind of child abuse, children who go through things in their younger years often can sometimes, it's one of the, what they call it, this is actually one of the things that is observed. They just stop speaking. Yeah, so I believe from my medical background tells me that what's happened here is the pressure Tyson Fury has applied to Dillian Whyte has broken him, and he's gone silent. He don't want to speak. He doesn't feel safe enough to speak. Yeah. If you ever look at animals that are abused or whatever, they're all meek in the corner, or children. They ain't got a lot to say. Yeah. Kids who are encouraged, or kids who are in a loving home and whatnot, you know what they're like. Got big mouths, and you know what I'm saying. Can't stop chatting, chatty patty kids. Yeah, but kids who come from another background, they're kind of scared. You know what I'm saying? Not sure what can happen next. They're nervous, and unfortunately, Dillian Whyte is presenting those kind of symptoms. Unfortunately, he nervous. Yeah, he don't want to speak. He not sure. He nervous about speaking in case Pappy Fury comes along and you know what I'm saying, and taxes that backside of his 100%. So it's sad for me that whilst us, man, in the public, whilst us people on social media kind of have a laugh, oh, Dillian lost his voice and whatever else, but deep down inside Dillian's barnet, there's something else going on. Yeah, this isn't, for us, man, it might be skin deep and all banterous, but this ain't banterous for Dillian. He going through it right now. He don't want to speak. He don't feel safe enough to speak. He don't want to speak just in case Tyson Fury turn up and you know what I'm saying, and ends up one of them ones. He ain't feeling to speak right now. So all I can say is, please, Tyson Fury, I know you're into mental health and whatever else, so I just implore you to reach out to Dillian and tell him it's okay. It's okay to speak, Dillian. Yeah, you ain't even tell him, Tyson. You need to reach out to him and tell him, listen. Reach out to Dillian and tell him, listen, Dillian. Yeah, this is just banter. Yeah, I understand that you've the penny's finally dropped for you now. That wait there a minute, all that stuff I was talking all these years, all that woofing I've been doing. Finally, the chicken has come home to roost, and I believe Dillian, he always thought Tyson Fury would never want to fight. So now Tyson Fury is rock hard and taking turns on him every day. It's broken him. Oh, he's shocked. It's kind of that one of them ones. It's the shock and the brutalness of the reality. Dillian knows, wait there a minute. Not only am I shocked that Tyson Fury desperate to have a go on me, also, look what he just did to Mr. Basketball Player. Let's get something straight. Wilder is a phenomenal athlete. Something Dillian is not. Dillian does not have explosive hand speed. He does not have an athletic frame. He is soft around the midsection. Yeah? Dillian Whyte is built like a big bag of milk. That's a fact. So wait there a minute. From Dillian's point of view, think about the maths Dillian is doing. Dillian's thinking, wait there a minute. I've just been chinned by Alexander Oldvetkin. He just snatched my consciousness right out of my barnet for me. That's the first thing. Meanwhile, whilst Dillian Whyte was getting his consciousness rearranged by some old Russian don, some old Eurobum don, yeah, Tyson Fury was pushing Mr. Athleticism's, Mr. the biggest puncher in the last 1,000 years. You was getting chinned by old Eurobum Vetkin, and Tyson Fury was sending the biggest punching heavyweight of the last 1,000 years all the way to Mars. Oops. Just imagine that for a second. Just try and do the maths on that yourself. And trust me, I sat there myself and tried to fathom the maths of it. And I could even feel my own voice disappearing. As hard as that may be for some of you to believe, genuinely, the YB, when I was thinking about that, wait a minute, imagine if I was built like a bag of milk, like Dillian Whyte. And I've just seen Tyson Fury maul the biggest punching heavyweight of the last 1,000 years. He got mauled. Yeah? So what happens when, if Fury can maul the biggest punching heavyweight of the last 1,000 years, what's he going to do to Mr. Big Bag of Milk? Oops. Yeah, exactly. I bet you, when you actually think about that, I guarantee you feel your bottom lip gyrating, and you can feel your voice trying to disappear. Because trust me, you wouldn't want a voice. Voices are used normally to, what's the word? They're used to exacerbate drama, aren't they? If you really want to fight, you may use your voice to encourage that. If you don't want to fight, I'll tell you what you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Your voice is gone. That's where Dillian Whyte's voice is gone. Yeah? His voice has decided it don't want no parts of Tyson Fury. And it thought, you know what? I'm hearing Dillian Whyte and his voice have had a conversation, a serious conversation, and Dillian Whyte's voice sat Dillian down and said, listen, Dillian, I'm gonna have to disappear. Otherwise, you're gonna get us both in trouble here. So it's best I get all the way out of here for a few weeks until things settle down, until Tyson Fury decides to blow someone else's back out. And that's what I've heard happened, exclusively. Yeah? Dillian Whyte's voice didn't want to end up in the same position Deontay Wilder did. Because don't forget, Wilder, whatever we say about Wilder, he's never been popped by no one before. Dillian, you got AJ, you got Povetkin. Now, I'm not saying Deontay Wilder's resume is the best resume, but it's better, it's at least as good as Dillian's. And we can see what happened. We can see the difference there. So it's no big shock to me that Dillian don't want to speak, because I wouldn't want to speak either if I had to go in front of the 6'9", 270-pound Gypsy King either, given the relative histories. So all I can do at this point really is just really pray for Dillian. That's the truth. He needs to heal. And again, I pray that Tyson Fury can use his knowledge of the use his knowledge and experience of the mental health background and use that to reach out to Dillian and tell him, Dillian, it's okay. Yes, if we get in the ring, I'm gonna have to tax you, 100%. You're gonna get the big bag of milk's gonna get taxed, but it's nothing deeper than that. Because I feel like the way Dillian's presenting right now, he look abused. he don't feel safe enough to speak. And that's not a nice position to see any man in that situation. Now, obviously, I've heard all the Dillian Whyte fans, oh, no, YB, he's not mentally tormented by Tyson Fury. That's not what it is. And you know what they're like. The funny thing is, yeah, what you notice about fangirls is they always find a way to spin it in their wannabe internet boyfriend's direction. Because guess what? Can you imagine if Tyson Fury was the one who lost his voice? Oh, you wouldn't hear the end of it, would you? In fact, I've even done videos in the past, I'm sure. Last year, when AJ wanted the Undisputed fight, I've done videos saying, Tyson Fury gone missing. And you, man, loved it. But now, Dillian ain't got no voice. And rather than be honest with yourself and say, listen, Dillian, he going through it. He down bad. Yeah, he needs some YB merch ASAP. Rather than say that, you try and, oh, no, he being quiet. No, YB, you're wrong. This is a power play. No, he being quiet because he really focusing and he really hard. And no, this is actually the best thing. And he's coming from he's going to be like the Punisher and a silent killer. What? Since when has that been the case? This is I study behaviours. And for the whole of Dillian's career, he's been mouthy. So what people's character and people's personalities rarely change. It normally, when you see a significant change in character or personality, something's caused that. And guess what? Dillian didn't go quiet a year ago. He went quiet perfectly when Tyson Fury made it clear he wanted him badly. Oops. That there is what you call cause and effect. It's got nothing to do with, oh well, Dillian suddenly decided he wants to be a silent killer. No. He hasn't decided anything. And tell a lie, the only thing he decided is for his voice to disappear, for his safety. That's it. Yeah? But again, Tyson Fury needs to reach out to Dillian and tell him, listen, Dillian, whilst there's no doubt about it, I'm going to give the big bag of milk looking ass a good hiding. I'm giving you permission. I'm letting you know the coast is clear. Because ultimately, that's what it comes down to. Dillian Whyte's scared to speak because he's not sure if the coast is clear. He's not sure if the GK are going to come in and tax him. So what Tyson Fury needs to do is reach out to Dillian and tell him, listen, Dillian, you are free and safe to speak within your own home. I would never violate you in front of your peoples. Yeah, because right now I'm hearing Dillian Whyte's missus and Dillian Whyte kids. They're thinking, where Daddy voice gone? Yeah, they want their pappy back. They want their pops back, and that's not nice, is it? It's not nice for Dillian to have lost his voice. Yeah, your kids are all confused and whatnot. So please, Dillian. Well, no, tell a lie. Please, Tyson, reach out to Dillian and let him know it's safe to speak at home at least. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, you best keep being quiet outside of the family home, because that's the only place the GK is granting you, what do they call it? What's that word? You've got Tyson Fury is granting Dillian diplomatic immunity within his own home. Yeah. Dillian Whyte's own home is like the Ecuadorian embassy for Julian Assange. However, outside of that family home, you best keep your mouth shut, Dillian, else you're gonna get it. That's what Tyson Fury telling you. In fact, I spoke to Fury and he told me to tell you that. Yeah, so you can go back talk within your own house. You can now talk to Tyson Fury now giving you permission. In fact, I might do a video on that. Yeah, Tyson Fury give Dillian permission to speak at home now. That's it though, nowhere else. And if I tell you this now, with that said, please don't. What you often see is people taking liberties. They take one thing and they run with it. But please understand, Dillian. If you say any words outside of your home, you're gonna get it. Yeah, so make sure your voice stays gone. Anywhere else. Yeah. Anyway, before I go, I'm glad that I've I'm glad Tyson and Fury used me as the one to pervade a message to Dillian Whyte to make it clear for him. Yeah, but also Fury said, and that's the thing. This sums it up. Whyte had a lot to say all these years, and he chose now to time it. And that's what I can't get over. That's why I've lost respect for Dillian, because it's true. He had so much to say when the fight was miles away. Not even a bit close. He had loads to say, didn't he? Now, it's never been closer. And in fact, categorically, the fight is on. Do you know what I'm saying? And we can't get a peep out of him. And instead, he's wheeling out his team, people like Eddie Hearn, to throw water on, to put the flames out. Oh, we don't think the fight's going to happen. To lower expectations. Ready for Dillian to pull out in some form or fashion. And from what I'm hearing, the reason Dillian will use to pull out will be, sorry, we know our value and the value isn't enough. So when the WBC ends up winning the arbitration in March, that's when Dillian will pull out and he'll say, listen, my name is Mr. BLM and I know my value and I've got to do what's right, and all that other crap will come out. And he'll end up pulling off a Terence Crawford that probably is trying to sue someone over it. That's what will happen next, 100%.